My LG dishwasher was having a funny burnt smell while washing the last month. Now it does not turn on and breaker is not tripped. Would like to get apart and repair.
The most common cause of this would be a burned wire nut in the wiring box. You shouldn't need any parts, just remove the lower kick plate and open the cover. I would kill the breaker in case the wire is loose and touching anything. If I'm right, it will be burned and blatantly obvious once you open the metal cover. Just trim back to clean copper and resplice together.
That's not it. I already checked wires. The circuit was still hot but nothing lighting up on display.
Can you post your model number, and is the smell the whole wash or only at certain times?
Model #XXXXX manual is LDF6810WWBB, or street. I think the smell was coming during dry cycle.
I would suspect next the control board or the door latch if nothing is coming on. However, the heater does have a thermostat on it that could shut the machine down. Let me see if I can check the diagram to see possible causes. The burning smell is the key. I'm sure you didn't sniff around, but in my experience, if the customer could smell it, it's either real bad, like almost fire level, or it's up high in the control panel. This would leave either the board or the door latch. That's all that is in there. Yeah, looking at the diagram, I would say open that control panel. You should see something burned if you were smelling that smell for a month.
Smell was pretty bad, pretty strong in kitchen and living room. I was worried about maybe something catching on fire. I inspected it after removing and nothing seems burnt or like it got hot.
Have you opened the door panel, meaning separated the halves, not opened the door?
Where is control panel located? I have not separated door panel.
If you take the screws out of the door panel, you will be able to drop the decorative front off of it. Usually on LG it's T20 Torx bits, star type, holding the door together.
Let me check. We'll be back in 10 to 15. Took off door front and found burned spot on white box on top control panel box. What would cause that? And what do I have to replace?
Can you post a pic? It could be just a wire or it could be the board. If I could see it, I could advise a little better. I don't want you buying a board if you don't have to.
Yes, but need a few minutes. Do you have an email I can send pics to?
You can click the paperclip and post here. My email is allbetterservice@aol.com. Just remove the spaces if you can't get the paperclip to work.
Just send to your email from my Gmail.
Kate will let you know when I look at it. It's not here just yet. Probably just slow tonight. Is it a really large file, and are you sure you sent it to allbetterservice@aol.com? It's still not here, and that's unusual for email.
Just resend email.
Unplug the red and white connector and see if the terminals inside look okay. The board is definitely the issue. But it might have went on so long the wiring harness has been melted. I can't tell for sure from the pics. The board was definitely the failure in the first place though. That smell was that stupid glue over the components melting. And that is why the plastic is so warped and burned. I'll need your serial number for the board part number. There are 3 for your model.
Okay, we'll check to see if plugs are still good and we'll get hash. Plugs very much melted. Can I get board W wire harness? Ser #XXXXX.
Let me see if they sell just the connectors. Usually LG sells only the whole harness. Let me see what's available.
Cool, thanks.
6871DD1006M is the board. You can order it from 1-888-464-2853. Several warehouses have it, or you're welcome to Google it. 6877DD1002C is the harness. They only sell the whole thing. You might call LG before you buy it and describe what is burned. They might have a wiring kit. I haven't had much luck in the past with them, so that might be a waste of time.
For the whole dishwasher or the door only?
Whirlpool is good about the connector kits, but I have never been able to get one for an LG. Yeah, the whole thing. You can just cut what you need and solder it into the old harness, basically just the connectors and a few inches of wire, or you can replace the whole thing. It's not as hard as it sounds. 50% is in the door. The only headache is you have to uninstall the dishwasher to do the bottom part. The panel comes off the bottom so you can't do it in the hole. If you cut and splice, you are into it as far as you have to be. Don't just twist and tape. Either solder it or replace the whole wiring harness. Always do it correctly.
That don't sound bad. Are LG parts expensive?
No, the harness is under $90 and the board is about $137. Much cheaper than a new dishwasher.
Sweet, thanks very much. Do you recommend an online parts distributor?
The 800 number I gave is where I buy my parts. They are a bit cheaper than most. RepairClinic.com is good and Google will find the best price. Google is if he could get used, etc. But you might save some dollar. I have to warranty my work, so that number I gave you is the only place I buy from. They have 12 warehouses around the country, so usually next day is free to most areas unless that warehouse happens to not have it.
I will call #XXXXX Gave. Thank you very much, you were a great help.
No problem. Let me know if you run into any trouble installing. The only thing that might be hard is the harness. You already had the board out, it looks like. Thanks again, and have a good rest of the evening.
You too, thanks again.
If you have a home improvement or appliance question and want to chat with an expert now, visit justanswer.com/YTHI.